Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the final regular season edition of Friday Night Frenzy. Playoff action officially starts next week, but you could argue that it was a playoff preview of sorts tonight in Alger County as Munising, coming into the game at 4-4, took on Gwinn, who at 5-3 needed a win to automatically punch their ticket into the postseason. So let's get straight to the action. The opening drive for Gwinn was a good one. Toquan Starnes gets his number called, and he finds Pater from 25 yards out to make it 8-0 Gwinn. Not to be outdone, the Mustangs, they strike quickly as well. On the option, Josh Hootery keeps it himself, and that was a wise decision. 4 yards on the score, and the game is now tied at 8. And Gwinn's response to that, how about more from Mr. Starnes? Why not? Let's watch him do this thing this time. 31 yards to the promised land, and that touchdown gives the Model Towners a 6-point lead. To the second now. Now, I don't know if you know this, but Mustangs, they can fly. Hootery on the play action. Fake and shake, airs it deep to Jesse Matson, who makes the grab, and he gone. 67 yards for the score. Munising led 16-14 going into the half. That was also the score late in the fourth. With 4 minutes to go, 3rd and goal from the 12, Austin Forbes finds his main man, Tucker Taylor, and Tucker knows where the end zone is located. That gave Gwinn a 6-point lead. Last chance for Munising, and Hootery's pass is picked off by Maston Love. Gwinn wins a thriller 20-16. The Model Towners are headed back to the postseason for the second time in the last 3 years. To the scoreboards now, Iron Mountain visiting Gogebic to close out the regular season. The Mountaineers improved to 7-2 with a 42-14 win over the Miners. Iron Mountain enters the playoffs on a 3-game win streak. And Calumet completes the perfect 9-0 season with a 49-7 win on the road at Lance. And taking the action to the Western UP now, where Houghton is hosting Hancock in the Copper Bowl. In the first quarter, George Buvalis looking for a receiver, and he finds one. A nice catch there for a large gain and good field position, and the Gremlins will capitalize. Buvalis keeps it and rounds the corner into the end zone for the score. Houghton takes the lead, and the fans are loving it. Hancock's turn now to get something going on offense, but the Gremlins defense stands tall. Austin Sloney the catch, but nowhere to go as he gets stuffed. Later on, the Gremlins looking to get into Hancock territory again, and they do just that. The Gremlins go on to win the Copper Bowl with a final of 18-7. Heading to Iron County now, the Wycons hosting the Norway Knights. About halfway through the first quarter, 2nd and goal for the Wycons, and Nathan Thompson runs it in from 8 yards out to get the first points of the game. Extra point is good, and West Iron County finds themselves up 7-0. On the kickoff, Norway bobbles it, ball is loose, and the Wycons come up with the ball, and that turnover would lead to this. Trey Bosiak airs it out to Caden Pellizer, who reels it in for the second score of the game. The Wycons out to an early 4-0 lead in the first. Later on, West Iron County back on offense, but here we go again with another fumble, and this time it's Norway who comes up with it, and with less than 30 seconds left in the first, Trey Doda punches it in to get Norway on the board. 14-7 is the score after 1 quarter. To the second quarter now, that Nathan Thompson kid is back at it again, and watch him work. He fights off 3 Norway defenders right there, and it's off to the races. His second TD of the night, and West Iron County beats Norway 28-14 to finish 7-2, and Norway is officially out of the postseason. And Marquette, they are on the road at Menominee with a chance to win the Great Northern Conference outright, but the Maroons get their second win of the season with a 32-14 win over the Redmen. Marquette and Escanaba now share the 2018 GNC title. Back to the action. The Eskimos, they're hosting the Flivers this evening, this one with quite the start. Kingsford needs just 15 seconds. Luke Terrian fakes the handoff and keeps it himself, and he has a clear path into the end zone. Point after attempt is no good. The Flivers up 6-0 very, very early on. But anything you can do, I can do better. 40 seconds later, and Craig Kameen turns on the Jets, and he goes untouched into the end zone. And if you blinked, you might have missed these 2 touchdowns already. Extra point is good, and the Eskimos take a 7-6 lead. And as you can probably figure out, this one was a high-scoring affair. Halfway through the first, score now tied at 14. I don't think there's anything Kameen can't do. He launches it downfield to an open Chrysler Carne for the 71-yard touchdown reception. Extra point is good. Eskimos retake the lead, and they would find themselves on top at the end of this one. Escanaba beats Kingsford 39-27. The Eskimos finish the regular season 7-2, and they're riding a 5-game win streak heading into the playoffs. To the 8-player scoreboards, Pickford cruised past Cedarville 48-8. Rudyard and Superior Central was a close one, with Rudyard coming out on top with a final of 14-6. North Central picks up a win over Stevenson 52-12. Forest Park and Engadine had no issues finding the end zone tonight, but Engadine found it more than the Trojans. 52-42 is the final.